All right, listen, small and a tall shout out for the winners and the losers. For what? I lost my headphones. Anyway, let's get to the series. And how we approaching the series today is with horrible lighting. So it's likely going to be a quick read. Oh, that's excellent lighting. So it's going to be a quick read. Here's how we're going. Let me speak loud. As we reach part 10, it's for us to imagine a world where the youngest, the strongest, the bravest are actually obedient, controllable, usable, useful. It's about the youth, the males. They call them young lions. In these days, they call them YNs. If you identify as a YN, I'm talking to you. It's like this: the frustration can be talked about. And I know it feels good to get that energy out, rage out, go hit the bag, go hit the field. And that's necessary. But understanding is key. That's why the coaches are always pushing that that part of the game where it takes film study, it takes history. There's no getting around reading. It's key. It develops a level of patience, patient strength, like the pull-up bar. It's different from push-ups. Uh, as we get into the series, the question for the chat: should anybody choose to participate, start putting likes on children's lives? If we're able to imagine a world where they specifically in all of the hoods, the barrios, the traps, the favelas, and all of the ghettos, what about if they understood their pain with the mother, the pain with the father? What if they understood the stories and the absences? What if they didn't go out to learn every bit of music before they learned their own? This is not for poetry. This is for us to imagine this world where men, call them young if you want to, ages 11 to 17 across the world understood what happened in the relationship between their mother and father, how they met, how they fell out. If your parents are still together, this is a sign that they have some resolved beef and some unresolved beef. Now, as you continue to watch them, I don't know, maybe in ninth grade, 10th grade. By the time you're at your senior year, if your parents are still together, you gotta know that they resolved some beef and they are currently resolving some beef. Now, if your mother happens to be 100% obedient to all things your father says as they are married and living in the same house, then please hit the chat. I need to interview you. If was it fifth? You should know the rest. If you had uncles or older men who were able to impart their isms, that's not the same as what we're speaking about. This this knowledge is of self. So when your mother tells you that your father is a bad guy, I mean, what's a bad guy? When your mother tells you your father held her down and spit in her face, the question is, what happened? It's it's a story that has details and actions like a movie, like a video game. If you find out that your father is a likable guy, you can hear about that from others, and it could be completely opposite with you. If you hear your father is a guy not liked, the very same applies. So it's important that you understand that. It's important that you can articulate that for any authority figure that may be over you. But your instincts are correct. Speaking generally as a man, your instincts are correct. Now, knowing which are instincts and which are behaviors, uh, learned behaviors or learned conduct, that might be difficult at this age if you aren't able to live in a house with a man and see and experience life with a grown man who go to sleep and wake up. And it's for note you feel fatherless. There is a father that's been removed from schools, house. We kind of say the church, but he reigns supreme. I'm telling you, one son to another. All right, let's get into a little bit of this series. We are reading from the book of the Gulla Liar. Duh, or I should say, duh. Okay, so we're not. The internet's not going. Peace.